What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are going to be doing a little unboxing as well as a setup. Judging by the thumbnail, you guys should already know what we're going to be doing, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Striker 4 Plus with the transducer. We finally got one, guys. We're going to put it on the kayak, thanks to my mom and dad. They got some tax money and decided to help out the channel a little bit, so thank you guys very much. So we got the Striker 4 Plus we're gonna put on there, as well as our power source. I went with the Nocqua power kit. Really good reviews on this power source. We're gonna go ahead and wire everything up in this video so I can show you guys how to do that. And then we're gonna go out to the kayak and look and see where we can mount her up. And also, I went ahead and got the Yak Attack locked and loaded fish finder mount for the Garmin Striker 4 Plus. It gives you a nice sturdy base that you can move, and it gives you a couple different features to twist and bend the arm in any way that you want that's gonna work for your kayak. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. I really do appreciate it. We are at 185 subscribers, which is crazy considering we were only at 161 on my last video, which, by the way, if you guys have not checked it out, go to my channel and check it out. If not, I will link it in this video up above so you guys can look at it, where I nailed the biggest fish that I've ever caught out at Sycamore Island. So again, thank you guys for the likes, the subscribes, and the comments. And yeah, let's get into the video. Alrighty, so before we get into this video, a few things that you will need to do this install. You're going to need some wire strippers and crimpers, and as well as some type of heat. There are some heat shrink butt connectors and some actual heat shrink in these boxes that you'll need to put around the butt connectors and connecting parts where you do the wiring. And I didn't grab it, it's right here. You're gonna need some electrical tape to tape back a couple wires that we're not gonna be using on this install. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We will start with a Garmin first. I did already open these boxes yesterday because I was too excited, so. But we're gonna start right here. Here's the Striker 4 Plus fish finder. Very slim, has the mounting bracket on the back for it to go on to the mount that's also in the box. This is gonna be my first fish finder, so I wanted something kind of small that I could get used to, as well as to pick, you know, what the fish are gonna look like and how to determine what's what on a graph. I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on one, so this was probably the best route for me. If you guys are watching this video and you guys have used this fish finder before, comment down below what settings you guys run on your kayaks. I've been told to use a fast scroll speed on the screen. I've been told to use a slow one, so I'm still kind of new to this. So if you guys could give me some tips down below in that comment section. Next up, you have the mount itself that's going to go on the back of the fish finder and mount to the top of the Yak Attack fish mount. And looks like here you got your bracket for the transducer, which is going to be this guy here. On my kayak, I actually have a spot underneath where I can mount this guy and run the wires up through a scupper hole. So that's what I'm going to do for that. So we have that guy there, the bracket and the zip tie, and looks like all the hardware for it too, right in there. And then here is your main wiring. So this here, this yellow part right here is going to be an inline fuse. Very important to have these. Those of you that know about the inline fuses know that they're going to be a lifesaver in case you have something going on. There's no extra amount of power or force power that gets sent to your graph to ruin it. This fuse will actually blow before it even makes it up there. So very important to have. If you guys don't have an inline fuse that you're running for one of your fish finders or other power accessories, make sure you guys get one. It'll save you tons of money in the event that something bad happens. So we're going to just be using the power and the ground cable in this. There is a brown and a blue wire, but we will not be using that. Basically, this is just communication wires from one graph to another, which we only have one graph, so we're not going to be using those. So we're going to clip those back and then use some of that electrical tape to tape it down to the actual hard part of the harness, just to get them out of the way and keep them covered so there's no water or anything like that that'll get in there. And your 3 screws for your mount that we'll be using on the locked and loaded mount. So that's going to sum that up for those. Be very careful with the transducer, guys. You don't want to scratch it or anything like that. You could get some false readings on your graph from that if it's damaged. But yeah, let's get into the powering unit, which is the Nocqua 10 amp hour battery. So I chose this because this fish finder only pulls like 0.25 amps to run, and there is a mathematical equation you can do, which I'm not going to do that here for you guys, but hypothetically speaking, on a fully charged battery, I could run this fish finder for like 70 hours before I have to charge this battery. So definitely gonna get your money's worth with this guy. I've seen no bad reviews on it. So if you guys aren't running one of these or have thought about it, do it. So let's get into this. I'll show you guys what we have here. Here's all your accessories, your heat shrink, your connection cable from the battery to gonna go to that main harness for the fish finder, and some heat shrink tube to keep all that stuff safe. You got your little book right here, kind of explains the battery for you. This does come with a wall charger, which is pretty cool. It gives you the indication to let you know how charged your battery is or how low it's going to be. And this does have an auto shut off feature, so you do not overcharge the battery and ruin it. It will stop charging once it is complete. So that's another reason why I wanted this, because I didn't want to damage this battery. All of this stuff, you guys, I got off of Amazon, so you guys can check it out there. Now, this is the battery itself. It is very, very small, which is why I wanted it. And it is completely watertight and sealed. I'm not going to take it out. It's too much of a hassle, but you guys can look up other videos on YouTube where people go in depth with this kind of battery to run their electronics and stuff like that on their fish finders. So now that we got all that talked about, let's get into the wiring portion of this video and see what we can do. Alrighty guys, so what we're gonna do is first you need to get these 2 butt connectors. This is the little harness that's going to attach to your battery. We're gonna take the red and black portions that are already cut, and we're going to connect them to the main harness, if I can get it off, the main harness for our fish finder, which is this guy with the inline fuse. So we are only going to be using the red and black cables for that. Red to red, black to black. Do not cross them, you'll mess it up. The brown and the blue, we can go ahead and cut back and put some electrical tape around it because we're not using them. So let's get that done, and then we'll go over the next step. Alrighty guys, so now that we've got red connected to red, black connected to black, they're pretty tight. What we're going to do is we're going to test our connection. We are going to hook it up to the fish finder and the battery and see if we have power. If we do have power, then we will go ahead and then put the heat shrink on and get that all buttoned up, ready to go. So let's take a look at this for a second here. This right here is the main part of the harness right here for the fish finder. So let's pull that off there. And we're going to look at the back. And we're going to figure out which goes what, which says power. So obviously that one's going to go there. Like that. And then into our battery, we're going to hook it up to this part right here, which you guys can see arrow on the top to arrow. That's how that's going to work. And then you have this little knob here on the top that you're going to slide over and make it watertight. Now, moment of truth, you want to hear a beep. And there we go, we got power. Fish finder is running. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go through all the steps and everything like that to, you know, get it set up, whatever. I'm not going to walk through that with you guys. But what we are going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put on the heat shrink and make sure that's all buttoned up, ready to go. And then we'll go ahead and start putting our base on our fish finder base to mount it to the kayak. All right, guys. So now we're going to heat shrink these butt connectors. So get yourself a heat source, a heat gun. I've got a little mini torch here from Snap-on that I have. And I'm just going to heat these up. Let them shrink. Don't keep it in one spot for too long. Don't want to damage the wires. That looks pretty good there. And we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So you guys just want to make sure you're careful and you don't damage any of the wires. And they should shrink pretty quick. And there we go. And then we will go ahead and wrap these up with some electrical tape and go from there. All right, guys, so we did get her all taped up, ready to go. We're out here on the kayak. We're going to get it set up on the base, which I have the locked and loaded base already in my rail system right here. So what we're going to do is, let me move these fishing rods out of the way here so we can get a better view. Just take and put these guys right here for now. Still got to figure out where I'm going to put this battery, but so lock and load system. Open that little deal up right there on the side. Slides over and you clip it. And that's what she's going to look like there on the kayak, which we can push this button and move it over so it's facing us better. And yeah, we're gonna run this battery somewhere. I'm thinking somewhere back here, get a little waterproof battery box and kind of hook it up, maybe mount it in with some Velcro or something. But yeah, let's take a look and see what she's gonna look like. And there we go. And if you guys can see that, yep, I do have fish in my garage, on my garage floor. So, looks pretty good. I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, my first fish finder. Hopefully, you know, it gets us out there and helps us discover the sweet spots on the lakes and ponds and stuff like that. Super long power cable. So I'm thinking that it's going to go under the seat somewhere where I have my GoPro box with my extra batteries and things like that. So, but yeah, that's how it looks. Turned out good. Hope this video helps you guys with your install or your decision on purchasing this item. So, well guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I am going to make a part 2 where I show you guys how to mount the transducer to the kayak and run the wiring up to the fish finder so you can get out there and catch some fish. I hope this video is informational for you guys. I hope it helps somebody, like I said before, make their decision on whether or not they want to go this route with a Garmin Striker 4 Plus, the mounting system and the battery. I actually don't have to charge the battery right now. It already came charged, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, one more look. That's what she looks like on the kayak right there. And again, I'm thinking about taking the battery and mounting it somewhere back here in a waterproof battery box, but that'll come probably, I'd say, in the next video that I make. So, well guys, it's been great. Thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate it. Again, we're at almost 200 subscribers, so thank you again for the returning viewers. And again, if you are new, hit the like button, subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you can be notified when I post a new video. And weather's been crazy, so I haven't been able to get out and fish, but hopefully that will happen this weekend. So thank you guys. I'll catch you later.